Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest installment of Am I the Asshole? If you're a fan of Reddit stories, it would really support the channel if you could give a like or subscribe. Without further ado, let's dive into our first story. Am I the asshole for telling my mom not to babysit anymore when my husband changed his mind? My husband is a lawyer and I'm an engineer. We both have intense careers, but he wanted a second child. I was happy with our daughter, but he really wanted another child. We now have 2 daughters aged 3 and 1, and I came back from maternity leave and my mom took over full-time caring for them. We both work full-time, so she takes them when we work. My mom is a nurse but quit to look after our kids. I insisted we should pay her the going rate for daycares in the area, which is around $1,500 a child. So we pay $3,000 for her to care for our children, cook for them, etc. She will also pick them up sometimes, as we may need to be in the office early. My husband complained a lot about how expensive it was to pay her. He makes $140 and I make $110, so we can afford to pay her. But he thinks we are overpaying her and complained about it to her face. My mom is not very confrontational, but she got very upset. I argued with him on this for months until I decided it was better for her to go back to work and for us to use daycare. Finding a daycare was hard, and now we pay $1,800 a child for daycare. And daycares obviously will not pick up your children, nor will they cook for them. We have less time now, and at a higher cost for our children to be sick a lot during the winter season. So far this year, we have been sick as an entire household 3 times. I was on a business trip, and my husband was late picking up our children, which resulted in a $75 late charge, which my mom would have not charged extra for. My husband is now demanding that my mom leave her job to go back to babysitting our children, but I won't let her because he did no research into the real cost of childcare and kept complaining how expensive it is, even when I showed him. My mom, even part-time, makes $4,300 a month as a nurse. And I told my husband if we want her doing the childcare, we need to pay her that amount. Remember, we already pay $3,600 for daycare. He wants her to go back to the $3,000 charge and is angry and claims my mom is asking for too much for such a simple job, and that a grandma taking care of her grandchildren is a privilege. I told her not to quit and him that she isn't babysitting, which reduces his number of free hours and makes our lifestyle harder. So he is angry at me for demanding we pay her what I feel she is owed. My mom probably would do it for free if we wanted, but I definitely don't think it's fair. She needs to save for retirement, and she has bills as well. Am I the asshole here? Ta? Where is your husband's mom in all this? She is in another state and not interested in helping. Given how entitled your husband is, I can understand why that would be the case. Not the asshole at all. He took for granted how well he had it. Now he can live with the consequences for complaining. Lol, and he still doesn't want to pay Grandma fairly for her white glove service. WA? Not the asshole. But I'm more concerned that you're in a marriage with a man that has no problem treating you and your family as if they are all his employees. My husband is now demanding that my mom leave her job. This is unacceptable, and my husband would find he's sleeping in the driveway if he ever tried to issue demands like that. Not the asshole. My first thought before I even finished reading this was, as soon as you guys switched to daycare, you added on all the illnesses that come with it. You were right. It wasn't just the cheaper price you both benefited from, but also the flexibility. I bet if your kids did get sick, your mom would still watch them. Now, when they are sick, you call off. When you work late, she kept them. Now you pay a fee. I think you are right to not go back to your mom's help without paying more, because your husband seems like hell. Keep taking advantage of her while still complaining. It's too expensive. Quality childcare is hard to come by. You guys had a great deal before daycare. If your husband tries to switch gears and instead go for a nanny, let him know that still cost more, and you still won't get all the benefits you had with your mom without paying even more on top of that. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.